Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever part of the world you're watching from. Welcome to an amazing episode of the weekly top 5 series. I'm so excited today because I have an artist, CEO, founder in the building. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere. You'll meet him right after the break. Welcome back to the show. This is the weekly top 5 series and I'm DJ Randy Universe, your host. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're just watching for the first time. Most importantly, turn on notification updates so you don't miss out on any of the amazing episodes coming your way. Today we have an artist, a recording artist, a singer, songwriter. Also, he's the founder and CEO of Booked, located in the Bay Area. No other than Kolade Bankz. It's an honor to have you on set, boss.
My G, like
Really excited.
you pronounced everything well.
Yes, of course.
My name,
Yeah.
my where I'm from, and the company name. As long as you get all of that stuff, like
Yes.
that gets me. That's pretty.
Wow. Okay, so when you say the Bay Area, which states consist of the Bay Area?
The Bay Area is in California, and you might be familiar with like San Francisco, Oakland, and stuff. So like the Bay is just like, like the broader term for San Francisco, Oakland, and neighboring cities.
Okay, today the viewers will be opportune to listen to your top 5 songs of the week. But before that, let's get to ask some of the striking questions that the viewers out there are asking. Why Booked? I mean, what was the real pain points that made you build Booked, and how is it different from tools like Eventbrite and Ticketmaster?
Big question, man, but I'll simplify it. I always say that like it was a beautiful accident, right? I just always wanted to own a business because I grew up watching my dad like build his business, like humble beginnings and stuff. So for me, I wanted to replicate that, and I explored different ideas in terms of like company building. Obviously, like I started as a singer-songwriter. Even that was more a passion thing for me, and I just I was never able to bring myself to monetize that, right? Because for me, it's like, how do you monetize your passion? And software development and product is something that I always wanted to build in terms of like monetization. So Booked came from me, beautiful accident again. And the first iteration was a way for people to experience expedited access. And what that means is like, you go to a party, there's a long line. Through our app, you could pay to skip that line. Or you go to a restaurant, they tell you that, there's no seating for the next 3 months. And so through our app, you were able to get expedited access or preferred access, like we called it. And through some of the partners we worked with, they were like, hey, have you ever thought about ticketing and like powering events? And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. But long story short, eventually we realized that some of the things we built for the preferred access was indeed needed for events. And after much convincing with some of our customers at the time, we crossed over. But one thing we did not want to do, and this is going to your question, is how are we different? Like, so a lot of the other platforms are ticketing platforms, right? We're not, and genuinely, we're not a ticketing platform. We're an event management platform, but ticketing is part of what we do, right? The other things we do are marketing, like people can market to their audience on the platform through various communication channels. And then on top of that, we've built out tools for, collaborating with brands, right? So and essentially it's an all-in-one platform, and you're able to go from, leveraging multiple tools that were never made for event businesses in the first place to like a real all-in-one, done-for-you platform where like you can manage all your event operations. I couldn't cut that story short, right? So I know I went on a tangent there, but I just couldn't cut that one.
It was needed actually. So I feel everything is just like a divine alignment. Things were coming together at the right time for you, and that's quite an interesting one to know. Okay, let's talk about the data control. Since Booked handles ticketing, segmentation, and marketing, who truly owns the audience data? The organizers or you?
I mean, I feel like every company, they have like different answers to that. For me, my life's work at Booked and the team's life's work has just been for us to help warehouse the data, empower you. And when I say empower you, like a lot of the things that you need to run a successful event, if you were to do it, you need like an in-house analyst, like data analyst, right? So we've made a lot of those things easy, like when you're clicking. Today, everybody's using like AI tools because like, companies like OpenAI have made it like very easy to interact with that. So that's kind of been the work that we've done as well. We believe that we just warehouse the data, but truthfully, who owns it? We at Books think that the event organizers own it, right? So when people ask for their data, we give them.
Okay, let's talk about the transparency of the costing. This is an issue that's rampant in most of the ticketing platforms and the booking platforms. Are your fees as straightforward as you claim, or are there hidden charges like other ticketing platforms?
No, like one of the things that I really was building up for was price transparency, right? So our model is slightly different. It's like a base fee or a percentage, whichever is greater, but obviously it's priced to justify like our innovation, right? But when you look at our price, it's rightly priced for what we provide. There's been nobody that looks at our price and be like, like this is too expensive. Obviously, are there customers that say, oh, like there's a little bit of differentiation, and we ask them, what are you comparing us to? And when we ask them that question, they're like, okay, you guys provide these things that other platforms don't provide. So it makes it that our pricing is like justified. So in our own opinion, we're fairly priced.
Does your platform favor the big players in the game? Do you unintentionally give more advantages to large event organizers than grassroots promoters?
No, really, like the entire like approach of Books is for everyone to come on the platform and be successful, right? So in fact, it's even a better story for us when someone that is a little bit inexperienced comes and they see results, right? So it's not our system is not built around favoritism. Of course, like there has to be business justification. For example, some of our larger customers, right, that bring us like large revenue, there's some things that we need to provide them, right? But it does not affect the experience, the core experience that we should be providing. So it's an even playing ground. Again, like there's just some like nuances to that in terms of like business value, right? So if I'm going to give a little bit more financial support, right? If this person has given me like, crazy amount in earnings, it's justified. But in terms of like just the core, solution, so everyone is fair, it's fair advantage.
If an organizer goes all in on Booked, how easily is it for them to switch? How easily is it for them to switch away later? Or are they trapped?
Well, that's the normal pattern in the industry, right? So a lot of the things that we do, we go against what the norm is. And my thing is that if someone is locking you, they're not locking you based on value. They're locking you because there's something they want to cover. Obviously, it's loosely disguised into like, this event game, like what makes someone, really do business with you for a long time because of like the business model. But for us, and for me, the biggest thing is that I don't want to give anybody an advance. It clouds the judgment. When I give you an advance, I want to recoup. That's where most of the contracts are coming to. And what we sell people on is, let's give you a better tool to run your event business. And we believe that when we see the result, you're not like just naturally, when you are comfortable with something, right? Why would you want to leave that thing? Because a lot of the times people get advanced, but the software is not good. There's just a lot of restrictions around it. But because they've taken money, they just have to make do. So for
because
us,
it's profit based.
Yes, of course, we also want to make profit, but our joy and profit comes from knowing that we built an amazing tool and a satisfactory based solution to where like people do it, like they come to our platform, they go to other platforms, and then they come back and they're like, we can't top that, right? So we don't do contract, we don't lock people in. Has that been considered before? Yes, but the final answer that I came to as a visionary of the company is that you lock people in when you're scared, and we're not scared, to be honest.
Yeah, because you have enough value to keep them back.
Yeah.
Wow, that was educating and at the same time insightful. Don't forget, this is Kolade Bankz Adekoya, the CEO, founder of Booked. Don't also forget, as a singer, songwriter, and a performer. That's the Instagram handle right there on the screen of the social media handles. Make sure you link up and catch up with the activities that's going on the social media space. Okay, let's take the number 5 song for the week. Which record will be fixed in that position?
Damn, I have a lot of amazing songs now. You're putting me on the spot. I don't want to put it in terms of like number 5 or stuff. I have 5 songs that I love right now.
Okay, which is gonna sit on the last number? So
which is gonna sit at the last? Oof. This is a tough question, man. Like, I think the song I was listening to on the plane.
But definitely you can't play all track at once. So let's say.
But I play them like if any of them comes in whatever order, I'm like really satisfied. But I'll just give you one. I think right now that number 5 song is gonna be, there's a song on Burna Boy's album. I'll tell you right now. I think it's Love.
Love that meaning, yeah.
Love. The song is Love. Yeah.
Trying to say
I will love us, love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song. Yeah.
I think we all can actually relate. Bank has logged in Love by Burna Boy on the number 5 spot for the week. Let's quickly check out that record together, guys.
Fuck.
Thank you guys once again for your likes and comments. Without you guys, the no WT5S series. Your comments reassures us that we're on the right path to updating your playlist every week. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're just watching for the first time. Let's talk about the event quality versus the quantity. By making it easier to set up events, do you risk flooding the market with low quality shows just for profit? I want you to be sincere with this particular question.
There's no reason to lie. We honestly, as a company, we've been lucky to get like really, really top tier events. Could be because of relationships, could be because like just like internally, like how we do like our outreach. There's a certain type of events that we want to see. So, but the trick to the question is like we don't care about the quality in terms of like, yes, there's certain type of events that just for sentimental values we want to see on that platform, right? But we're essentially building tools for small businesses that want to build a successful event, right? So in fact, quality is going to be built in over time. When you have like sold out events, people that have like all of the tools they need to like build this small business into big businesses, right? It's only going to get better over time. So,
wow, relatable, quite relatable. Okay, let's look into the ethical marketing. Audience, we all know that audience segmentation can border on manipulation. How do you ensure Booked doesn't cross that ethical line?
Dangerous question, but factual. Yes, so technology can be used for both good, both bad, right? We provide the tools and guardrails, right? So we are always building balance into everything we build, right? Both for the event organizers, for the attendees. So that's how we're balancing it, right? If we give you a way to reach out to people and say, hey, like I'm doing an event, let's say by email, for example, right? We're also giving those people a way to opt out, right? You know, certain things on our app, it's very clear that we say, hey, you know, we got this data because you entered that data into our platform, right? So things like maybe when an event is not happening anymore, we put guardrails in place to say, hey, since you're not fulfilling this part of the event again, we as a platform put guardrails for instant refunds the moment you cancel that event. So for us, it's really, really very intentional in terms of like finding that perfect balance for the people hosting the event and the attendees. Because if you satisfy one side too much to a detriment, then the other side suffers, right? So we're always taking that approach. How can we find a balance for the people going to the events and the people that are listening on our platform? Of course, the people that are, you know, listening on our platform are our main customers, but we think for the people that are going to the events as well, because it's a ripple effect.
What's stopping a global giant with deeper pockets from copying your model and wiping booked out?
Why haven't they done it?
So what do you think is holding them back?
Listen, I think that everyone would have an approach to doing business, right? So for us, it's really like going down to the problems, and the bigger giants, they've been there. And my question is always like, why haven't they solved this, right? So for us, it's really going to what are the problems that people hosting events are facing, and it's never gonna finish. Problems in the industry never finishes. So it's our obsession to, you know, solving the customer pain points. And so if you copy us on something, we continue innovating. At some point, it's going to be really clear that, you know, these people are just copying these other people, and it's really not about deep pockets anymore, right? They're huge companies. They spend millions of dollars trying to break a certain product, and it just doesn't work, right? So for us, our superpower is like human first. We're very, very human. We're not perfect, but we're human, right? There's certain things that are ingrained into the business, the human approach. When something is going on, for example, a lot of platforms don't have human support. You're having to talk to AI, you're having to go through long email threads. We have humans that will reach out to you and say, hey, like, we noticed this was happening, how can we help you? Oh, like, you don't know how to navigate this, how can we help you? So at some point, people see that stuff, and if it's not already part of your culture, you can't copy what is not natural to you. I have all the money in the world, you can't copy that.
Are you truly building inclusivity or just centralizing too much power in one super app?
I'll need you to rephrase that question. I get it, but I want to make sure that I'm answering it. But like, can you rephrase that?
Okay. I mean, in the Bay Area, in the event scene, are you truly propelling inclusivity, or you're just having to put so much power in one app?
I think the best way to answer that.
Do you get the question now?
Yeah, I get it. My answer to that is when you look at a segment and you're like, this industry should have grown way past where it's at. What's the problem? And that is the point of building a business, right? So for us, maybe on the outside, it looks like we're building a super app. Okay. But truthfully, we're just going to the roots of the problem. What are even the littlest things that makes an event organizer's life difficult that nobody is thinking about, right? And we go and build it, and people are like, wait, I've been thinking about that for a long time. Why has nobody built it? We listen to you, right? So if inclusion means, are we listening to our customers? Are we truly solving a problem? Yes, right? It just so happens to be that by doing that, we're centralizing a lot of things on one app for event curator.
Okay, so it's like a one-for-one scenario. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Failures and lessons. Let's look into that. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made building booths that events organizers should know about?
Businesses are all similar. I don't want to call them failure because for me it's lessons learned, right? There's been a lot of like failure mentality, and when I think about failure, it's very damaging, right? So, and I don't look at things that we do within my company and even just like my life personally as like a failure. I looked at it as like I took courage to try, right? It didn't work. This approach didn't work, but what I have is the opportunity to try it again, right? So I don't look at things as failure, but like some of the lessons is the financial infrastructure from day one. If you're providing value, service, and you're collecting money, look into like your financial frameworks, because there's a lot of things that we wanted to just give. We want to give, right? At some point when you give too much, you think you're giving value, but it might erase that value that you're trying to give, because like it just becomes white noise, right? So today we're just coming back to say like, where does the thin line between just giving excess and giving stuff that would not be perceived versus giving value that people will say, wow, like this is actual value, and they themselves can call it out, right? So we're having to learn some of that, because what we found is like we're doing all of this, give this for free, give that for free in the name of you're growing a business, and then it turns into customer entitlement, right? But you're like, I'm going above and beyond for you. So this stuff you're calling out is a non-issue, right? So for me, the biggest lesson is like if I were to go back, I would look at our financial infrastructure again and restructure it to be, factual and not emotional.
More formal.
Yeah, more professional, right? And when I use the term logical versus emotional, it was on purpose. I think I approached it with emotions versus like, what is logical here, right? And if I were to go back and do it again, I will be more logical than emotional. I think that's the biggest thing, that's the biggest advice. Not just in events, just any kind of business. Like, just be more factual, logical than emotional. Yes, sometimes like emotions get you to the logical part, but like dying in the, like being too much in the emotional part,
yeah,
it's a dangerous thing to do.
Let's move to the number 4 spot for the week. Which record to sit there? I mean, the list
I've
is
had time
getting
to
hot.
think. I'll take Rema's Fun. Fun.
Just want to have fun. Rema has been locked in this number 4 spot for the week. Let's check that out together, guys.
I better pass me my cup. I just want to have fun. I know I worry too much. I don't gather my funds. Me and my guys, they on soft. If you they hate it, no be my fault. Better wait for your door, yo, I'm dripping. Blue water Fiji, Balenciaga Ricky. Girls no one leave me. Show money for my guys like I been biscuits. We lit team. Push your piece on low key. Don't play with me, I do this. I no get competition. My enemy na Saba. Now I gotta. Cause I no feel lose guy. Really matter, men still months, inshallah. Start to the plan. Keep my head up, people do say sometimes it seems very hard. I'm on me, my dream be my pocket filled with green salad. MIA, me, I can give you my AT&T, man. No time for beefing anybody, no be waiting, bring me, come here. I know like that. I better pass me my cup. I just want to have fun. I know I worry too much.
I just want to have fun. Man,
that song is a banger.
That was Fun by Rema, which is locking up the number 4 spot for the week. Welcome back to the show. This is the WT5S series. And I'm DJ Randy, University your host. Don't forget, this episode is proudly styled by OmoGrace Outfits. This is the WT5S series merch. You can order yours just 100 USD. Wow, you don't know. We have a lot of questions for you, and I'm excited that you're here to pick on these questions personally. I mean, we can all get the answers to the long time questions that has been lingering in the social media space. Some argue that a super app trying to do everything risks stifling innovation or giving too much power to one player. So how do you respond to that concern that books might create a monopolistic dependency for event organizers?
I haven't thought of, to be honest, I'm very, very candid and transparent. Is that I've not thought about this. Okay. A lot of the things with us is like, when we get there, we'll solve it. To be honest, like when the signs of monopoly starts to show up, I think we're gonna be very honest as a company to say like, what have we done here and how can we be better for it? But for now, all of our effort is like growing the company as big as I've imagined it or beyond that, to be honest. But monopoly is not a thing to play with. But I think that realistically, when we see signs of that, I am very intentional about things. Definitely going to be something that we call out and put guardrails in place.
Let's talk about the data ownership and the privacy one more time. How do you ensure that the organizer's data isn't used unfairly, booked, owns competing events, or sold to third parties?
Can you rephrase that question again?
Hold on. Let me bring it to a layman way. Hold on.
No, I get it. I think you're saying that like with the data that we're collecting, right? How do we ensure that it's not it's fair, right?
Yes.
Like we're using it fairly.
Yes. For example, for booked own competing events or sold to third parties. Maybe for example, use their data for your own competing events or sell it to third parties. How do you ensure that the data isn't used unfairly?
Yeah, so we haven't started hosting our own events. It's something that we heavily have in the pipeline. We don't sell data. Like people have come to meet us and say, hey, like I'm trying to promote an event in a certain market. We know that you have that data. Can you sell it to us? And our answers are always no, right? Obviously, as a company, we are also building a brand, right? So the ownership is between us and event organizers, right? So we warehouse it, and also we have some certain ownership, right? To some certain extent, right? And responsibly so. We don't want to sell our attendees data, but if we're hosting events, hopefully we've built a really good brand that when we announce the event, people come. Because honestly, when it comes to events, people are not coming because you have their data. People are coming because they like what you're offering them. They love the experience that you're inviting them and welcoming them to. So that's sort of like how we're thinking about it. But selling data, not on the table.
Oh, wow. We want to actually believe that. I mean, from your reputation and your public posture, we want to believe that customers' data are in safe hands.
Absolutely.
Okay. Big events consume resources. How does books help with sustainable practice? Is that part of your mission or just an optional add-on?
To be honest, like whether you're doing like 100 people, 1,000, I believe that our systems are elastic to adapt. Obviously, we sometimes like give advice where we can. It's not an obligation, but we use advice people that say, hey, like if you're doing this, maybe you're going to benefit from this. Or sometimes if we see an opportunity for partnership, we're able to introduce to organizers that might be a good fit and say, hey, you should collab. Or if it aligns, you guys should definitely work together, right? But in terms of like being mandated to do certain things, like like the way you're saying it. No, we're not obliged, but it's something that we still like to do when we can.
Wow. Let's take the number 3 spot for the week.
There's a song, and it's called "Folded" by Kelhani. Kelhani.
What's the record talking about?
Folded. It's just about love. Like, you know someone was right for you, and you kind of like push them away, but you're softly like inviting them without actually inviting them. So I just love like the vocal and the message of that song. Kelhani. Kelhani.
Folded by Kelhani has been loaded on Bankz, number 3 spots for the week. Let's check that out together, guys.
It's so silly of me to act like I don't need you back, when all I can think about is us since I seen you last. I know I didn't have to walk away. All I had to do was ask for space. I'm telling you, be on your way when I told you to fall back. So can you come pick up your clothes? I had them folded. Leave me at the door while it's still open. I know it's getting cold out, but it's not frozen. So come pick up your clothes. I had them folded. I'll let your body decide if this is good enough for you. Already folding it for you. Already folding it for you. I'll let your body decide if this is good enough for you. Already folding it for you. Already folding it for you. Ooh, Randy.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that. Most importantly, turn on notification of this so you don't miss out on any of the amazing episodes coming your way. Don't forget, we still have Kolade Bankz on Tshirt. He's a singer, songwriter, performer, the founder and CEO of Books in the Bay Area. Right?
You nailed it.
Okay, that's interesting to know. Before we take the number 2 spot for the week, let's play a game of this or that so that the viewers can get to know you on a more deeper level.
Whoa, you put me on the spot.
Not tightly.
Okay, if it's not
Extremely flexible.
if it's not fun, we don't have to cut that part.
Which should be rich or famous?
Do I choose to be rich or famous? Complicated.
Oof. You want the 2. Okay, which will be in front?
Which would be in front?
It's complicated because you want to be rich and you want to be famous.
Well, being rich would be like the
headline.
Yeah. Wow. So sometimes I honestly just want to be low key, really, like just doing stuff without people knowing. Yeah. I'd rather be rich and not known.
Okay, then be famous and not rich.
I'll just be like mysterious.
I think that's kind of absurd, but we can relate.
You can't relate.
Okay, phone calls or SMS?
Ooh, I'm good at both.
Which will sit in front?
Which is it from? Text me.
Wow. Text, that's guy. Light up, slim or thick?
Slim.
Wow. You don't have the energy for.
It's not that. It's just personal preference.
Okay, last but not least, we choose to be happy or successful?
What type of question is that?
It's something like that.
Both. I choose both.
Okay, which would sit in the front line? Which would
Happiness.
sit in the middle?
Happiness is just like inner peace. Do you understand that? And that is like that trumps success. Like there's a lot of successful people that are not happy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. I think we all can relate. You all heard directly from the horses, but I believe these insights we were able to know you on a more deeper level. So that's it. That's the Instagram handle. That's social media link up right there on the screen. What's that bag? Is that your brand?
No, first off, the shirt. What is it? Boots T-shirt.
Wow.
And this is a WAF. It's a store in Lagos. It's called WAF.
Wow.
Great store. Great store. They have like really like cool brands. Like this is just like an everyday bag that I carry. And it's got like stuff you can keep stuff. Yeah, I love how comfortable it is. And like really stylish. You can put over anything. Yeah, the store is run by Johnny. I can't remember his last name. Really impressed with the brand. Like,
Wow.
they do a lot of like street fashion, skating culture.
Okay, what are the top 3 items that you would always have in your bag?
Top 3 items that I have in my bag. My phone charger, of course. What else would I have in my bag? And just like
I mean, there are a lot of stuff in the bag right now.
my smaller pouch
Okay.
that takes everything, and I would always have multiple glasses. Yeah, so that's 3, right? Yeah.
Okay, number 2 spot for the week.
2 spot for the week. I have to look at that. I think I had it in the
All
end,
the time.
and then it went away. My number 2 spot, because I know my number 1 spot. Okay, number 2 spot is gonna be from Cardi B's new album. The intro featuring Summer Walker. I love Summer Walker. Like, there's nothing anyone can tell me. That lady's vocals is just crazy. But I love the song called Dead featuring Summer Walker. Cardi B featuring Summer Walker.
Dead by Cardi B featuring Summer Walker has been locked in on the number 2 spot for the week. Let's check that out together, guys.
I took that deep into the red, I gone fast. Mirror, mirror, who the baddest bitch, you looking back. I know these bitches in my shadow feel so cold. I don't think these bitches know. I want their heads. I want them begging for their life, I want them dead. I know they heard a bitch was coming and they scared. I wanna pull the lace fronts off their heads. I want all these bitches dead.
Can't compete with me, I'm not the one. I tell hoes to suck my dick, they put their hair up in a bun. I let these bitches see I should've left these hoes with none. Never smart to be for me, what can I say? These hoes be dumb, bitches love to die young. Look, the water fine, put my toes in it. Music fine, put my soul in it. My coochie in my business, these bitches love putting their nose in it. Tell a bitch you better use your head before I come there, put a hole in it like.
Okay. Yo guys, my name is Kolade Bankz Adekoya, and I'm an artist, founder, CEO of Booked, and I am hanging out on weekly top 5 series with DJ Randy. And my number 1 song on this list is Which One? Drake featuring Central C. Enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
All the girls that's here for the truth, come put both hands on a DJ booth, then wind your waist to the big man sound, and I get too cause the thing's too round. Good God, make me lift up your gown, but your face so sweet, wanna spin you around. If I go link gang, I'll bring you around. If I go to the bar, I'll bring you around. Which one? Which one? You're not like the things you're around. You're a real good girl, so I'm bringing you down. But come to the bed, I'll fling you around. What? These guys can't make songs for the gal, them. Trust me, this how the single should sound. Anyone that's bringing you down, sweetheart, you're doing your thing right now. Good God. Yeah, all the girls that's here for the truth, come put 2 hands on a DJ boot, then wind your waist on a real good youth, then. You want Central, your ex, which one? You want friends of success, which one? Tell the sound man, spin this one. Play this for the gal, them party done.
God forbid a girl's trying to have fun. I got if you wanna take drugs. Do you wanna have Or do you wanna make love? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Got a fairy ting and I got a which one? A G'd up ting that I bring round and I got a good girl, snitch one. Too many gal, now I gotta switch one. Turn the hotel to a 20v1. 360, my head got spun. Junk in the trunk, can see it from front. Got your body is.
That was Which One by Drake featuring Central C with Bank locked in on his #1 spot for the week. Sadly, this is where we'll draw the curtain for the day. Hoping to see you guys on the forthcoming episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that. Ciao, guys.